38 uniform combinations ought to be eager to get back out on the field after the way they played in the first half. 21-0 at the break. Reese Davis, Craig James, Jesse Palmer, and Jen Brown with you tonight. So complete domination by the Pokes in the first half. What do you expect to see different from Arizona in the second half, Craig?
Well, I think Arizona's going to come out and they're going to do something defensively that tries to confuse and take out of rhythm Brandon Weeden. He was 28 of 32 in the first half. We saw at the end of the first half where Arizona's defense started moving around a little bit. You can't sit back. I mean, these guys are really good on offense.
On the flip side, if you're Arizona, quarterback Nick Foles has started to get into a rhythm. He's completed 11 of his last 12 passes. This game is being dominated by Oklahoma State, but Arizona is only 3 possessions away right now. And if I'm Bill Young, the defensive coordinator at Oklahoma State, I'm trying to fix that, get more pressure on Foles.
Arizona will have it first. Garrick Wharton keeps it in the end zone. Another touchback for Quinn Sharp as we take a look at our coaching adjustments brought to you by Home Depot.
Kind of show you what I'm talking about. Right before the halftime, you saw there were 5 coming from Arizona's front line. They've got to mix and match, and they've got to find a way to force Weeden's feet to move. When they did that in the first half, they had somewhat of a chance. But again, Brandon Weeden, Jesse, was 28 of 32.
You're Mike Stoops. You just got to tell your 2 cornerbacks, Trevin Wade and Shaquille Richardson, guys, sorry, you're on an island all second half.
A very important possession for Arizona. First 5 minutes in the second half, always important. Nick Foles, who hit 11 of his last 12 passes, makes it 12 of his last 13. Geno Crump, former walk-on, just put on scholarship, makes the grab. He'll pick up 4 on first down.
Well, we saw last year Nick Foles complete 86% of his passes against Toledo. He lit up Oregon for 448 passing yards. If he gets hot, he's on fire.
Try to do it on the ground. Keola Antolin makes the first man miss. Rashedi Jones hit him first, and Alex Elkins there to finish him off. It'll bring up third down and about 4.
So this young, inexperienced offensive line has had a chance to go a half at least against Oklahoma State's defense. They've seen different looks. They felt the tempo and the speed. So at some point, Arizona has to have some success running the football.
Right now, no running back in the backfield. Expect some crossing routes.
Rashedi Jones almost jumped offside, but he gets back. Still plenty of time on the play clock for Foles. Underneath, Nick completes the pass. Making the grab is David Roberts.
Trusts him to make the right decisions on critical downs.
Foles, a rare shot up top tonight. Dan Buckner, the Texas transfer, knocked it into the air. And Broderick Brown almost caught the rebound. I remember Brown is the guy against. Foles fires the out cut. Too high for Geno Crump. 3rd and 10 coming.
It's an offense that this past offseason tried to.
Only 3 rushing. 8 in coverage. Wilson Human flushed Nick Foles, and Foles threw it along the sideline, but out of bounds was Richard Morrison as he made the grab. It'll be 4th down and 10 in a punting situation for the Cats.
So as Oklahoma State rushes.
We saw him grabbing his hamstring a couple of times in the first half. Gigantic shown off a big leg tonight for Arizona. Josh Cooper's waiting just inside his 25. It's a low returnable kick for Cooper. That may draw a flag, and it does. This is going to come back for a block in the back as Cooper stopped at about the 40-yard line, but this is going to come back. A little over-exuberance. South Carolina and Georgia, important battle in the East as Oklahoma State puts it in play from its own 20. Kai Staley on the reception from Brandon Weeden. Weeden now 29 of 33, and it's probably worth noting in the NCAA record book, record for completion percentage is kept by virtue of the number of passes that you complete. Now Weeden's going to be in that 30 to 40 category. Steve Sarkisian holds it among those who completed at least 30 passes. Cliff Kingsbury among those who've completed at least 40. And Weeden's incomplete, and he's a little bit behind pace in terms of record right now. He does have a 3rd down coming here.
Really important as well.
Need one. Folks stay on the ground. Randall and Nifty move in the backfield, and you'll get the 1st down. Though a flag comes in late on the right side.
On the offense, number 70, 10-yard penalty. third down.
Up the home run ball every time.
He's patient.
The hold means the Pokes need 11 here on third down. Whedon blew it behind Josh Cooper, and Robert Golden had a golden opportunity bounce off his hands.
Now this defense, couple curveballs thrown at him early, but they're really settling down.
When Sharp unleashes a boomer, and Morrison goes back inside his 30 to catch it. Dancing around, not going anywhere, and Justin Gilbert wraps him up almost immediately. A 55-yard punt. Flipped that field a little bit. ABC Saturday night, 7 Eastern. It's 4 on the West Coast. Driving with desperation. Great drama comes Saturday night. Arizona could use a score to create a little drama. Foles buys a little time and completes his pass to David Roberts.
David Roberts kept.
Here is
See if
Alex.
wow.
Boy.
Got his legs just.
It came out of there late, so hopefully it's not as bad as it looked. Elkins is a junior college transfer. He'd never played football until he went to junior college. Had a rugby background of all things. So 2nd and 5. We'll check on Alex's condition as soon as we can. Antolin powers up across the 35. He needs to get it to the 39. He's going to be a couple of yards short. Christian Littlehead and Caleb Levy on the stop. Elkins being attended to. Joe Mitchell, sophomore from Katy, Texas, has checked in his spot. You see him at the bottom of your screen, number 29, looking as if he's going to come and pressure Nick Foles. He does not. He bails out. Foles throws quickly and enough for the first down. And making the grab once again is Austin Hill.
If I'm off 4 wide receivers.
Foles wanted to take a shot downfield, and Ted tried to squeeze it into David Douglas and Markel Martin. 2nd and 10 for Luttrell's offense. And a little hook and lateral, and Keola Antolin is inside Oklahoma State territory, and looked as if Keola was going to run for a long time. Got
Of a very aggressive defense. They've been flying to the football. You come out with something that is a little razzle-dazzle that's going to help slow down Bill Young's defense.
That's also a type of play that excites your sideline. Here's a defense that watches that. It's a big first down. Guys start getting excited. Now Arizona getting closer to knocking on the door and scoring points.
Touchdown put him back in this game. A little delay on the play fake, and that is a beautifully thrown ball from Foles to Austin Hill, and they're in the red zone.
Freshman has been the guy that's really made up for the lack of production without having Jerron Kreiner on the field.
But now a 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 15 of Oklahoma State. On the ground. Nothing doing. Still no running room whatsoever for Arizona, and only 11 rushing yards before. 2nd down and 10. Foles on the slant. Buckner has it. He spins away. Cannot escape the grasp of Martin.
If I don't get it, I'm lining back up again. Hurry up.
3rd and 2. Huge play for Arizona's hopes to get back in the game. A huge couple of them coming. They will run it with Antolin. He's running hard. Keola has the first down, and he's down right on the doorstep. 1st and goal for the Wildcats.
If you're Arizona right now, why not rush up to the line of
Timing to Togi. Antolin. Bush is close. He's in. Touchdown, Arizona. Jaime Salazar on to attempt the extra point, and extra points are not a given for Arizona. Alex and Dejas, Verizon Fios. You can go to ESPN.com/3D to find out more. After Arizona's touchdown, it is Justin Gilbert, the speedy one. A little bit of an alley for Justin. He gets close to the 30-yard line before he's knocked down. As we go back to the studio now, and John Saunders.
To the national championship game.
All right, John, what a performance that was from Griffin on Friday night. Justin Blackmon's had a pretty good show tonight on 1st down. He carries and picked up the 1st down, though a flag comes in late.
Reverse to 81, Justin Blackmon, black down.
Personal foul. Crackback block. On the offense, number 14. 15-yard penalty, first down.
And Justin Horton was called for the crackback block, and this year, you know, they're cracking down, no pun intended, and you can only block below the waist toward the outside, toward the out of bounds line. You cannot come back into the middle of the field if you're lined up outside the tackle box and block below the waist.
That's exactly right. Towards the sidelines or down the field.
Right.
And at some point, it's like they're heading in the direction. They're just going to say, hey, no more blocking below the waist.
You're Oklahoma State on offense right now, guys. You got to pick up the sense of urgency. 4 straight possessions without a score, whether it's been Brandon Weeden falling down and tripping or penalties. You know, they got into a lull a little bit, scored 21 points early. Brandon Weeden's got to get these guys excited again, get them picked back up.
They're backed up their 20-yard line, and the first down marker is way up at the 39. Joseph Randall's going to get a hunk of it back on first down as he gets out across the 30.
It's about tempo, and that's what they did the first 3 scores of this football game by Oklahoma State. They had a real strong tempo. Plus, get the ball in the hands of your best player on offense, 81, Justin Blackman.
Pick up a 13, makes second down quite manageable. It doesn't often happen when you start with 1st and 19. And Arizona, I believe, is going to use a timeout. The viability is of the Big 12. Well, I don't want Pickens, whose generosity has really led to the right here, Mr. Pickens. Good to see you. His generosity has led to the resurgence of Oklahoma State football. And Boone, I know you've been in the middle of a lot of these discussions. What do you think the viability is of the Big 12?
Well, I don't want to lose it. I like it. I like it has history and tradition. And when you get old like I am, tradition means a lot. So I can take you back to the Big Six, but I won't. but it's I've been around a long time. I've been in the conference a long time, so I don't want it. I don't want it to go away, and so that's where I am. I'm not sure that that the Aggies are going to the SEC.
Robert Golden there breaking up the 3rd down pass. Oklahoma State's going to have to punt it away. And you mentioned Texas A&M. It appeared the SEC had said that they would accept the Aggies as long as there was no litigation pending by the Big 12 or any member of the Big 12. For a while it appeared that was a formality. Why now do you think that Texas A&M might not go to the SEC?
Well, first I want to say that Oklahoma State's not going to enter into any litigation.
Okay.
I talked to our president, Burns Hargis.
And Quinn Sharp running with it on a fake punt, and Sharp's going to have the first down, get into Arizona territory, and the Cowboys come up with a huge play to convert on 4th down. Let's take another look at what happened here, Craig.
This is just a good job of Sharp recognizing where the opening is going to be. And Arizona had done their job on 3rd down to get to the 4th down, but they forgot about responsibility and keeping their eye on the punter.
That's an old play of mine.
They executed it well, Boone.
Quinn Sharp, that's a pretty good average, too. 24 yards on 1 carry to go with all the touchbacks and the long punts he provides. And Oklahoma State keeps it on the move, much to the chagrin of Mike Stoops. Boone, let's go back and continue to talk about Oklahoma State particularly. There's been talk that they want to remain tied to Oklahoma and perhaps Texas as well. Weeden's pass complete, another first down. No, they're saying incomplete now, saying that the catch was made on the outside by Isaiah Anderson. What do you think is in the best interest of Oklahoma State long-term in terms of conference affiliation?
Well, you know, you always should do what's in your own best interest, whatever it is. And our own best interest, I think we're in agreement here that it's that we hold the conference together. And I don't want to think about the Aggies leaving if we have a chance of keeping them. Is that going to happen? I don't know, but it's going to, I think, happen pretty quick. You're going to know pretty quick. And my recommendation to our president was let's don't rush anything, and we don't have to. I mean, Oklahoma State, we've got a great stadium, we've got a great program. Coach Gundy and Coach Holder have done an excellent job here. And oh, look at this!
A great move by Joseph Randall to pick up the first down on 2nd and 10, and Oklahoma State is threatening once again. What impact will what Texas and Oklahoma decide to do in terms of conference affiliation have on you guys?
You know, you say what impact. I don't know for sure what they're going to do. I know that that OU and Oklahoma State are a package. I mean, Oklahoma's not a big state, and to cut your two best assets in the state in half and split, no, that isn't going to happen. We'll stick together. And so I don't know what I want a conference to be quality. I want the conference to have the same kind of bylaw structure as the SEC and the Big Ten have and the Pac-10.
Meaning equal revenue share.
That's right. That's the only way to do it. And so, we'll see how it works out. And no question, University of Texas is very powerful when we put the conference together, Big 12, and put the Southwest Conference with the Big 8. That I know there were some special deals made for Texas, Oklahoma, and even the Aggies and Nebraska. And we were kind of on the short end of the stick. And I think that's come to an end. I mean, I think we will have equality, and I think you'll hold the Big 12 together.
When you say hold the Big 12 together, and you said a few moments ago you're not sure that the Aggies, Texas A&M, are headed to the SEC. Do you believe from what you've been able to learn that's because of a change of heart, or because members of the Big 12, some, not Oklahoma State but others, are not waiving their right to litigation?
Well, I know what I saw in the paper today, and I'm a little bit better informed than just the newspaper, but
I would imagine. That's why we have you on.
But the SEC said we're not taking the Aggies with litigation, and I understand what that is. And so that's all it isn't going to hang around. That isn't going to go on and not be understood and known pretty quick. So I think we're going to get the answer coming up, and I think everybody wants to know. But I don't want to go back to next year that we have this one more time that we've got problems within the conference. We've got to get it cleared up and get all the schools equal and go forward from there. And I think that is going to happen, and I think it'll happen in the next few weeks.
Joseph Randall losing about 3 on a 2nd and 4 play. What is it that gives you that optimism?
I don't know. Maybe it's I'm an optimist. I'm a geologist, and geologists drill so many dry holes they can't. They got to watch out, and so you got to always think that the next one is the one that you hit on. But seriously, I mean, I think that the conference is no question it's important to us and to the other members.
On 3rd and 7, and Whedon is picked off. Fired it down the middle of the field, and Mark Watley with the interception for Arizona. Whedon throwing his 4th interception of the year, and again, the Wildcats have stopped a scoring threat from Oklahoma State, guys.
See right here, Brandon Whedon staying in the pocket. He wants to work the middle of the field. He's got his receiver just running an in route. The ball gets thrown a little bit behind. This is probably the only time tonight Brandon Whedon has been inaccurate throwing the football, particularly over the middle of the field, and Blackman got tripped up right at the point of attack. Wasn't able to get into his route. All of a sudden now Arizona building up some steam here in the 3rd quarter.
So over 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Arizona had a touchdown on its last drive, and now starting from its own 5. Geno Crump making the catch. T. Boone Pickens has joined us here to talk about the future of the Big 12 and the potential of some schools moving to the Pac-12. We thank you for your time, and thank you for this great stadium. What a wonderful facility you guys have here at Oklahoma State.
People have asked me, did I get my money's worth? I got my money's worth plus. So thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
It's a real pleasure. T. Boone Pickens, man for whom the stadium is named here. His generosity has lifted Oklahoma State into contender status. It was a few years ago that Mr. Pickens had a conversation with Mike Holder, and Mike Holder, the athletic director, told him it was going to take about $300 million to make Oklahoma State competitive in football. And he said, I don't know if I want to spend that, but he has, and Oklahoma State is certainly competitive now. Up 21-7 on Arizona as we check in with John Saunders.
In rhythm, and his receivers are starting to go to the ball just like the defense is starting to play.
And another whistle and a false start, yet another one on Arizona.
False start.
Turned into 2nd and 12, and shadow of the goalpost is beating down on Nick Foles. Kiowa Antolin gets out of his end zone, but just barely. Stop made by Cooper Bassett. defensive end, former tight end.
Making a nice play there.
You're Nick Foles here. You cannot take a sack. You got to be thinking, get this football out quick. A punt's okay to try and recreate field position.
Maybe give the punter just a little bit of room. Foles on a little half roll. It's what he was trying to do, but unable to pull it down was David Douglas, and it'll be 4th and 14.
At midfield, maybe. And Josh Cooper returning punts has done a good job getting a lot of that yardage back. These guys got to make sure they go down and cover because Cooper's been dangerous tonight.
Ganzik, another flag is flying. He got it away. Cooper with a hands catch on the punt. He goes down at the 43-yard line. Well, let's see what the flag's about.
Legal formation on a kicking team. 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. First down.
Those are the type of things that are going to drive a head coach crazy because it takes no effort just to line up properly. And those are the things. We talk about the penalties. That's now the 8th penalty for Arizona tonight.
Unforced.
40-yard line. Randall inside the 35.
Stoops is furious because Blackman should have been called for holding at the top of the field right in front of him.
Right now in that last play, Arizona lined up Shaquille Richardson one-on-one, press man-to-man.
I saw that.
Oh.
No safety.
Be careful.
On 2nd and 3, Josh Cooper.
Personal foul. Legal crackback block on the offense, number 87. 15-yard penalty. Second down.
Methodical. They were flawless. They executed the game plan, and this is going to be a real competitor for Oklahoma State, Texas A&M, at least for that number 2 spot, if not the top spot in the conference. They need to come out and execute really hard, jump out 21-0 to keep your mind, keep it minds right.
Whedon trying to come back to Blackman. He'll be about 4 yards short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Such a great job by Justin Blackman coming back to the quarterback. It's an excellent route, but that's why Brandon Whedon has confidence in his big play receiver because he knows he's going to come back and help him complete that ball.
Arizona's defense on 3rd down has been bringing pressure from the outside, and it's been effective on the 3rd down tries by Oak State.
They're showing it now. Corners right up on the receivers. Quick slant to Blackman. He's loose. Inside the 20-yard line, and he'll be dragged down after avoiding one tackle, and Blackman moves the chain.
They get that one-on-one again against Shaquille Richardson that they had at the start of this possession. It's just a slant route, and again, showing that big frame, getting in front of the defender, presenting a target, and Craig, there's that explosion with that first step again to get upfield.
But it wouldn't have happened had he not used his big body to shield off Richardson.
9 catches, 110 yards for Blackman. Whedon making 10 catches for Blackman as he gets inside the 10.
Now you've got Whedon once again getting in a rhythm. And who's he going to? Blackman, the best player on his team. Make sure you find him. He had confidence he was coming and waited on him, delivered the ball.
Oklahoma State going back to that 3 running back set, and they're showing you how multiple they can be. Throwing the football, running it, getting outside the pocket. Just run the ball here.
Need about 3.5 for the first down. Going to throw the fade. This scored once. This scored twice. Same play, same defender, same result as in the first half. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
We're sitting here looking at it just like Brandon Whedon's looking at it. He sees the single coverage up on the outside. There's no way that with the execution that they have, the chemistry they have, that play's not going to be finished off.
Defenses all year long inside the Big 12 are going to have to deal with this 3 running back formation. You want to put 9 guys close to the line of scrimmage, that's what you risk right there. Justin Blackman one-on-one.
Low snap. Holder couldn't quite get it down, and as a result, Sharp couldn't get it through the uprights. So it will be a 20-point lead as Blackman, who has set an FBS record with 14 straight 100-yard receiving games, had his streak of 100-yard receiving games with a touchdown, snapped at 12 last week against Louisiana Lafayette, but now he's got a couple of scores tonight. It was a good shot of Justin. You see old Bullet coming out to ride around and celebrate the 27-7 lead for the Pokes. Sunday NFL Football League to bring you the best in sports. Thursday night college football. Oklahoma State. Quinn Sharp gets another touchback after missing the extra point. 27-7 the lead as we go back to John Saunders.
Reese, just to let you know.
The penalty was on Geno Crump, who's had a pretty good night on offense, but as a result, after giving up the touchdown, Arizona once again stuck deep in its own territory, this time starting at its own 10-yard line, down 20 points.
Last two series they've opened up with a quick little 5-yard hitch route at the top to the single receiver. Been effective for them, getting them into good second and manageable.
Half a minute to go here in the third quarter. Arizona needing a scoring drive on this possession. Foles trying to get it. One fell swoop, and he's got a man out there. It's Austin Hill, and he's into Oklahoma State territory. And just like that, the Cats are out of the hole.
Offensive coordinator set
The ball down the field. They were squatting in the secondary.
They picked up 47. Sean Lewis. Blitz is picked up nicely. Antolin keeps him off Foles for a moment. The more pressure coming, and Nick just has to throw it away just as he was being buried by Cooper Bassett. Down, it'll be 2nd and 10. Cats trying to get back in it when you come back for the fourth quarter. Ready to start the fourth quarter here at Boone Pickens Stadium, and the whooping stick has been out for Oklahoma State, up 27-7. We get set to start the final 15 minutes, but Arizona trying to get back in it, looking at a 2nd and 10. Moved into Oklahoma State territory with a big Nick Foles to Austin Hill, 47-yard completion. Now in 2nd and 10, Foles again complete. Broderick Brown there to make the stop.
You can rattle them. They're in a 3-down look. See if they bring anybody.
Imagine this is 4-down territory, but they need 6 here. Foles dancing around, applying some pressure, and fires complete very close to the first down marker, Richard Morrison. Foles has it deflected. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Now the pockets, he's doing a nice job buying himself time, trying to get his eye level down.
Have 3 bunched at the bottom of your screen. Foles fires that way, and they're calling it incomplete. He was looking for Austin.
From Bill Young.
Sending 4. Foles gets rid of it and hits the ground. He's looking for Hill. He was not across the first down marker. Devin Hedgepath was on the coverage. A little pressure coming from Caleb Levy.
You know, I like the fact that Seth Luttrell was just trying to get a little bit back there so that he could have a 4th and manageable. You know, we get knowing and understanding the situation.
4th and 10.
Front by this D line, try to confuse the inexperienced offensive line.
4th and 10. Huge for Arizona if they want to try to make a run. Foles, now he's across the line of scrimmage. He's got to run it, and he'll turn it over on downs. Cooper Bassett was there, and Oklahoma State makes the stop. So Arizona, another threat and another drive into.
What if everything ran on gas? Then again, what if everything didn't? The 100% electric, zero gas Nissan Leaf. Innovation for the planet, innovation for all.
At Oklahoma State University. In fact, this is a piece from the World Trade Center presented by the Port Authority of New York, New Jersey. to recognize Fire Protection Unit here at Oklahoma State, which publishes more firefighting training materials than any other place in the world. As we approach the 10th anniversary of 9/11, certainly our appreciation to all of those who serve and protect us in that way. On first down, the give to Joseph Randall. He's had over 100 yards rushing tonight. Very productive evening for the sophomore from Wichita, Kansas. 121 yards, averaging a little over 8 yards per carry. Picked up 4 that time.
He's replacing Kendall Hunter, a two-time All-American. He is a very big part of this offense. Not the same running style because he's a little bit bigger, but he's proven tonight he can still be very effective.
Whedon going to take his shot, looking for Blackman, and that's off target. This time Shaquille Richardson was the closest one to it.
This third down, more unmanageable at 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7.
Whedon getting some heat, lofting it to Randall. He's by himself in a foot race. Randall inside the 10 and knocked down. He couldn't get the score, but Trevin Wade kept him out of the end zone, and Todd Monken with a nifty play, and Oklahoma State's deep in the red zone again.
Todd Monken anticipated cover 0 with nobody deep, and he was able to slide Joseph Randall out one-on-one against the middle linebacker. A nice job of Brandon Whedon buying time. You'll see Monken with the reaction here. That's a great play call. It worked just the way he drew it up.
Cool 63 yards to his running back out of the backfield. Now the other back, Jeremy Smith. Smith spinning and diving and scoring. Touchdown, Cowboys.
That's how a top 10 team responds in the second half. You've gone to sleep a little bit. You had a big lead you came out with, and you come back in the fourth quarter, and Brandon Whedon with composure on the big throw down the middle, his back Randall catching it. The next guy comes in, Jeremy Smith, who they say between tackles is an outstanding runner. That shows you depth and quality depth on a football team.
Brandon Whedon has set an Oklahoma State record tonight with 36 completions. He's 36 out of 46 when Sharp has the extra point. And Oklahoma State well on its way to moving to 2-0. It's the Wildcats of Arizona. Jeremy Smith with the latest score for the Pokes.
ESPN's College Football Primetime is served by Applebee's fresh new 2 for $20 and in part by Nissan, proud partner of the Heisman Trophy.
Back here in Stillwater, rich history of Cowboys, and Pistol Pete's been around since 1923, giving a high five to a member of the Army OTC crew who did the 34 push-ups after Oklahoma State's latest score. Saturday college football on ABC, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. And a kickoff at 3:30 Eastern Time from State College.
That's a safe assumption.
Those two schools, they're not going to mess with the threads too awfully much, although Penn State's changed theirs. The white trim is gone. It's just all blue now.
I did their last game of the season, Michigan State at Penn State last year.
They got some issues right now. Penn State can win that game.
Kadeem Carey, freshman running back, getting his first carry of the night, and from against Penn State. Carey has it again, and the freshman whose uncle had checked him out for a while. Fortunately, the injury was not severe. Cowboy defense needs his athleticism. Foles fires on 3rd down, and Dan Buckner, the Texas transfer, has the catch. Had enough for the first down just in front.
Third quarter, went back for a lull again.
Carey gets across the 35-yard line. Hasn't really worked out well. Nick Foles is looking at a 2nd and 8. Foles fires to Buckner. They'll get another first down. And guys, this
to level. He's brought this program and made them relevant again. For 2 straight years, 2008, 2009, they have 8 wins.
Foles on first down. He's got a man wide open out there. It's Buckner, and Buckner's going to score. Touchdown, Arizona. Buckner, in a couple of years at Texas, was a contributor. He had 49 catches, 6 touchdown catches. Jaime Salazar puts the extra.
You can now.
ESPN app also available so you can see ESPN's coverage of college football anywhere you go. Justin Gilbert on the return. He's got great speed, and the flag is coming in. It lands at about the 34-yard line. It was thrown from near the midfield area by an official who spotted something afoot.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 49.
What does Mike Stoops now do to get to the next level?
Another flag flies. And false start.
False start on the offense.
Mine too. Once you get inside conference play in the Pac-12, crazy things happen in that conference. And I think the uncertainty is there in most of the games, save and except Stanford. I think Stanford's going to.
Second down and 6. Smith. Jeremy takes a big hit from Robert Golden, who's
$82 million football facility coming up. They're going to have an opportunity to start getting better athletes. I really think, Craig, like you said, they're right on the cusp.
Whedon's pass is complete to Josh Cooper. It'll be enough for a first down. I was talking to Greg Byrne, the athletic director there. Obviously has been there, but as the conference grows and expands, as Michael Harrison gets the handoff from the end around and gets close to first down yardage in the first down run. It'll be second and about 1.
But you understand that the difficulty a coaching staff has. The fans and the alum, and when you are trying to build and put it together, it takes time to get the depth needed to go play on the road against an Oklahoma State. And so it's just, you know, patience has to be there. You have to look at the coach and say, is he doing the things, graduating players? Is he getting prepared to play?
Jeremy Smith ran through a tackle. C.J. Parrish put a hit on him, but he couldn't bring him to the ground. It's a first down for the Pokes.
When you think Oklahoma State football, everyone thinks it's a pass-happy attack, but they're wrong. They can run the football. And with Todd Monken now as offensive coordinator, they've taken on more of a two-back personality. They can beat you up a little bit with the football on the ground.
12-yard pickup from Smith. First and 10 from the 39. Right off the shoe tops, Cooper catches it. He gets down to about the 34-yard line. You know, in terms of Arizona being competitive, last year certainly hurt. They were 7-1, ranked 9th in the nation, and go on the 5-game losing season. Eligible, Arizona State certainly has high expectations, but there's an opportunity there in the Pac-12 South this year.
That was my point. It's the Pac-12. Anything's uncertain, save and except for me, Stanford. I think Stanford and Andrew.
Defense and special teams, something they have not done now for a very long time.
21-0.
They have to get better at just playing consistently, and it's like what Mike Stoops said. They got to put 60 minutes together, offense, defense, and special teams, something they have not done now for a very long time.
3rd and 5, blitz coming. Boy, Randall did a good job picking it up. Whedon completes his 41st pass of the night. That's a school record. Swarmed under by a host of Wildcats to keep him just short of the first down.
And they're playing. That's so important to watch here. You know, you get a good job by the back Randall coming across, picking up the blitz, protecting Whedon. That's an outstanding play.
You can make an argument for Randall being the MVP tonight.
Yeah.
He's got over 100 yards rushing. He's got just about 100 yards receiving. At 99 right now. How about the blitz protection?
Well, that's called sacrificing your body for your quarterback, because Vassallo run him over. Mike Stoops. It's been a frustrating night for Cats boss. I hope none of them resort to that. 34-14. Plenty of reason for celebration. Okay, I've seen that enough. Scorch my retinas. 4th and 1. Jeremy Smith, first down. Inside the 25-yard line. Oklahoma State keeps the clock rolling once they reset the chains and reset the down marker as well.
Remember, this is an offense that has led the Big 12 in rushing from 2006 to 2009. Last year,
flying the wood again is Smith. He's into the red zone across the 20-yard line. Good pickup of about 5 on first down.
And this power running game really has been something that offensive coordinator Todd Monken has been able to tweak, and he was presented with a very big challenge this offseason, coming in, being asked to run someone else's offense without understanding all of the principles and the concepts very, very well. He's tweaked certain things. Now, he met a little bit of, a lot of players wanted to keep things the same last year.
Wow. Smith, look at that, running through tackles. He's got the first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Cowboys.
That's fresh legs, and a guy who's been sitting over there watching the starter have a great game. And when a running back comes in fresh and the defense is tired, you better get low and drop your fanny, or you're not going to tackle a guy like Jeremy Smith. He's 5'10", 205 with a lot of power.
It's an experienced offensive line up front working in unison. They're picking up blocks, allowing these backs to get into the second level.
So 1st and goal for Oklahoma State. Quick pass to Blackman. Justin's knocked out of bounds by Shaquille Richardson.
One of blocking downfield on the perimeter. Complete game from both of those players.
Keep it on the ground. Smith. Right at the goal line, and I don't think they're going to say he stopped just short of it. Bring up 3rd and goal.
You can tell that's called that old saying, smell the goal line. Smith wanted it. Not going to be able to tell where the ball is there.
Oh, yeah.
Short.
Yeah.
Good call.
Excellent.
Nice job by the official.
Well done by the official. Look at you wanting to argue with the official.
No, I'm just trying to support the running back there a little bit. But
as well you should.
That was a good call.
The overwhelming majority of the time, the guys in stripes do get it right. All the cameras and the scrutiny they endure. Done a good job here tonight. 3rd and goal. A lot of traffic in the backfield. Smith, when he stopped for a short loss, it'll bring up 4th and goal.
Jesse, when you watch this as a coaching staff tomorrow, you're going to be disappointed, but you're seeing they're still trying at Arizona. The defense is still trying to keep them out of the end zone.
How about this right here? Up 34-14, 4th and goal. Instead of kicking the field goal, you try to punch in another touchdown. I played for Steve Spurrier, so I'm going to say, I say you just keep scoring and make them stop it.
I'm of the opinion that kicking the field goal almost is as much running up the score as just scoring the touchdown. You don't need the field goal up by 20 right now, so you might as well work on goal line offense. They
have had
a
couple of snaps tonight on field goal extra points that have not been good. Poor execution.
Well, I'll tell you what, I like this because this team was very poor in goal line situations a year ago. They're not known for being a physical team in these types of situations. So from a coaching standpoint, use it as an opportunity to get your players another rep and practice this situation.
34-14 the lead. Craig James is right. Instead of working on the goal line run, they're going to work on the extra point length snap. Quinn Sharp, in this attempt, a mere 18 yards away. Quinn missed an extra point tonight, but that was only because of a poor snap and hold in Oklahoma State with a 37-14 lead. This one doubled their yardage.
And the defense only gave up 250 yards to USF. There's a lot of positives to take away from that game. Obviously, it hurts to lose in an upset fashion like that at home. But Brian Kelly now, he's got his team's attention. He's got their focus. Now they got to get ready to get back on track.
Some suggest he may have gotten their attention too strongly. Has he, the locker room, that's what Brian Kelly has to be concerned with. Making sure his players believe in him and respect him.
21 on the ground, 99 more receiving. He scored a couple of times.
He's been very physical running the football tonight on the ground. Also had a big reception at a point in the game where it appeared as if the game could start getting close. It was a crucial 3rd down situation. He's also been great in pass protection.
7-14. Kadeem Carey getting the carry, and Jiren gives him a threat on the ground as well.
Continues the tradition that they can run the football here. And Todd Monken's offense, this thing is really on defense tonight. And I think the defense, Bill Young is such a smart coach. He understands that bend don't break, that your offense is going to score 25, 30 points a game.
Well, Oklahoma State's been one of the best kept secrets now over the last 3 years. This is now their 31st win over that span, 10th most in the nation. People want to know, can they take the next step? 11 wins last year, a share of their first Big 12 South Division title. Can they win the conference? Are they complete enough to compete with the big boys, with the Oklahomas inside this conference. You take a look at their schedule. Last year, first time since 1945, they go undefeated on the road. They're going to have to do it again this year. You look at big games here at A&M. You got at Missouri. It's really, it's going to be interesting. They got some big
Texas
tests.
Tech is going to be a hard game. That will be a tough game for them. Mike Gundy, though, he's just a true CEO. We haven't mentioned his name hardly at all tonight. We've talked about Todd Monken. We've talked about Bill Young. We've talked about Brandon Whedon, Justin Blackman. But Mike Gundy is the captain of this ship. He has total confidence in his plan. He has so much personal confidence that he doesn't try to get in the way of Todd Monken.
But he embodies Oklahoma State football. 21 of the last 26 years, he's been a player, an assistant, or a head coach. And he's got a formula for success, taking him to 5 straight bowl games, 3 straight 9-win seasons. They're the best-kept secret, arguably, in college football.
You know, I think Gundy's been very self-aware. We remember just a couple of years ago, you would see him with virtually no interaction with the defense because he was the offensive coordinator. He was calling plays. Times memorable shots of him on the sideline drawing up plays and working with the offense. He decided last year that wasn't the way to go. Hired Dana Holgorsen for a year before he moved on to West Virginia. Now Todd Monken in, and Mike telling us yesterday is Nick Foles trying to put a little bit more on the scoreboard. And Foles takes a big shot, and Nick is down on the 42-yard line, and he's holding his left knee.
Boy, that was just coming off the left side of the offensive line. And there's a holding call that's going to be on Mickey Baucus, but that's a terrible deal. It's just a low deal there, and it's
the same knee he injured last year against Washington State and forced him to miss 2 games.
And that one, you know, you don't want to play doctor from here, but it looked as if the ankle really rolled, even though he was grabbing the knee. He's lying on the ground.
He's walking around. That's good.
And holding that hamstring tonight. No Jerron Kreiner. Foles, one of the finest quarterbacks in the country, the senior from Austin, Texas. Threw for over 3,000 yards last year and is well on his way to doing that again this year. Another complete
Their leader right now, limping around.
And Nick's fighting, and they have Stanford coming up next. Keep that on the ground and protect Foles.
Absolutely.
Carey, the freshman, stopped short of the first down. It'll be 4th down.
Well, you learn a lot about your football team early in the season, and for Arizona, they'll go back and they'll study this film and they'll see where the 3rd downs and how important they are in stopping the opponent and or converting when you've got it. Once they began to move it around and blitz a little bit on 3rd down, they had like 3 or 4 straight series where they got Oklahoma State off the field. So you learn from it. And you have to be a smart football team before you can be a winning football team.
Foles completes it out to David Roberts. Roberts is going to pick up the 1st down. Team with the nation's longest winning streak, a very tough 5-day stretch for the Bulldogs. They have Auburn on the road Saturday. We get them next Thursday night with LSU coming in. That'll be a great one, and if Mississippi State can set it up with a victory, it'll be a huge, huge game in the SEC West and nationally on Thursday night. As the game has come to an end, as you see, Mike Gundy and Mike Stoops known each other for so many years, congratulating each other in midfield on what was a fine night for the offense of Oklahoma State, and the defense wasn't bad either. The final 37-14, the 9th-ranked Cowboys come up with the victory. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For Craig James, Jesse Palmer, and Jen Brown, I'm Reese Davis saying good night from Stillwater, Oklahoma on a victorious night for the black-clad Cowboys. Sports Center's coming your way right now.
This Sports Center telecast is brought to you.
Could be a conference matchup someday. For now, it's just Oak State and Arizona, top 10. Cowboys have got maybe the #1 receiver in the land. Justin Blackman is just insane, and he can do a little bit of everything. Early on, 2nd and 9, Blackman, big block downfield, set up Joseph Randall for a 41-yard run. You want to see a complete receiver, and here sets up the edge. Randall would run in a 1-yard touchdown run. Brandon Whedon, Blackman, forget it. Dimes him up perfectly. And this is as pretty as a picture. The awareness there, and it's also a pretty good ball while we're at it. How about this fact? Whedon, he's older than Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Yeah, he is, by almost 2 months. Blackman again hits the B button, old school styles, and right here, agility. We'll give you a little boomer.
Whoop!
And he's off and running, asking for the crowd to show him some love, and he certainly got it, and he deserves it. 21-0. Whedon set a school record for completions and attempts. There's that man again, Blackman, coming to an NFL squad near you. 3rd and 4. 3, plants the back foot again, right on time, and Blackman 3 catches in a row. Next play, this is the 3rd grab in a row, and that'll set up what else? 3, 81, adds up to 6. Number 5 had a big hit earlier in the game on 81. He whooped at him a little bit. That was ill-advised. Blackman, 12 catches, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. Big game Saturday. Nick Saban and Alabama head in.
We're ready to start talking some college football now. College football analyst Robert Smith in to join us. And you know, the Sooners may be the #1 team in the land, but there is another team from Oklahoma garnering some much-deserved attention. 2010 Biletnikoff Award winner Justin Blackman going for his 14th straight game with 100 yards receiving, taking on Arizona. First quarter, no score, 2nd and 9. Blackman actually made the huge block downfield to set up this run by Joseph Randall.
And this really says a lot about Justin Blackman. He is such a physical player in all aspects of the game. He reminds me of Hines Ward. He does not take plays off. A great job catching this ball in the back of the end zone. Watch how he waits to get his arms up so the defender does not know that the ball is there, does not have a chance to make a play on it. He's a spectacular football player.
And that made it 7-0. And then still in the first, Brandon Whedon to Blackman on the fade route. And then creating separation.
This is just sick. This is the kind of move that you make playing Xbox and people start complaining. Are you kidding me? He's not supposed to be able to do that.
It's like a video game. Oklahoma State, scored on its first 3 possessions in this game. And Whedon going to Blackman left and right.
The virtuoso performance by Brandon Whedon, such an accurate passer. And people were wondering what this offense was going to look like without offensive coordinator Dana Holgorsen and left to West Virginia. But Todd Monken, the guy that came in from the Jacksonville Jaguars, did a fantastic job really incorporating a lot of the principles that Dana Holgorsen had in the offense, and it just looked like a well-oiled machine.
The final damage there, Oklahoma State would win 37-14. Blackman's numbers, 12 catches for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. He is a difficult man to stop. All right, let's take a look at the upcoming games for this weekend. We're going to play a little game of